Te- 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 Testing. Oh, baby. Testing the mic tonight. God, I'm horrible. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? It's me, guys. It's Element Reptile. What's up? It's your boy. Every day. Artist, featuring designer, graphic designer. What else so far? What's up, man? Today is the 3rd. Welcome to August. Damn. It's already August. But you know what that also means for here in Florida? It's hurricane season. Yes. Hurricane season. On God. Yeah, even though Ocala doesn't get hit by hurricanes, but one day we might hit. I mean, I know Miami is probably getting hit. Not really. But what I'm saying is, too, hurricane season is the one I hate because it's not only just because it's not the hurricane, it's the love bugs. It's a lot of storms happening. And you know I don't like, I'm not a man of summer. I honestly, to God, I am not a man of summer. No. But what I am a man of is drawing, is continuing to do some coloring and tracing of the continuing of the new OCs I made. And as we are doing it, we're doing it right now to this, and within all the sake of everything, all their sake, I hope you guys appreciate watching me do this, and we hope you enjoy, and you hope you like to subscribe to my channel. As not just that, as I'm doing that soon and throughout the stream, we got to bring about some topics too. We have to bring about things that just happened recently throughout the world of theme parks. And then, too, in the world of recent shit that happened in the news. Although I'm not a person of politics and nothing more sort, I want to make sure that I don't last it too long. Or I try to make it funny in a way. It may not sound funny to people out there. But I do. But what matters to me for the first hand I want to bring about is the Kumba ride on Busch Gardens. But we'll be talking about that soon enough. So we are here. We just started 8 minutes ago. You know, I don't want to bring up the topic too already from the get-go. I usually just drag around a bit, on the stuff, and then I get to the business. I get to that point on. Though I could do it early. Who knows? If you just ask me the magic word. See, I had that and I had that. But either ways, you hope you guys enjoy this. Let's start the show. Here, I'm gonna see it right here. Everything is Meso-American. Meso-American. Meso-American, right here. But a lot of I find out I see a lot of spirals. Lots of spirals. There's this crazy trait. There's this ongoing trace of spirals throughout the Americas. I see it a lot because I recently been watching a lot out of indigenous American documentaries here on YouTube, and the one thing that gets to me is this use of spirals, like Uzumaki shit or something like that. This is just like the commoner. I just try to enhance. There's nothing really main characterish over him. Maybe rather than just the clothing, he's probably of a higher noble. But that doesn't mean anything. here I had to have that trace right here, all nice and dandy. I'll tell you that. All right. Now this guy, now this one right here, not really this guy, because it's the same guy. I'm thinking where I could keep that or not, or take that out. I think that no, it's best to take that out. I had maybe in the future that would I'll put that in. It's in my mind, but as of now, no. I think this one right here just kind of worked, but that didn't work, man. So I'm just gonna be trying to trace a lot of things. It did had like a good continuity, I'll tell you that. Not to the extent of trying to make him kind of, you know, have all that hair on the top and then nothing on the back sides or bottom, which was my intention. I should do it like I think like a normal version. 2 types of SCs. What you think? Right here. See, I'm gonna keep that one blind and keep this one. This one took me a bit to try to figure out that like the location of the eyes when your eyes are under. It took me a bit to kind of like figure out how that works, how that fits. Because I wasn't so familiar. I didn't remember. I didn't use my anatomy. Damn, I should have used my anatomy. And like I had a figure drawing book, but I never used it. And I just wanted to go from there point on. You can't be studying that shit all the way all the time. All right, so then let's see. My feet too. Such a shitty day. It's raining. I'm thinking about to fall. Now here I want to get to the arms, trying to trace the arms. Make him kind of normal body wise. Probably I'm thinking of getting a dad bod, but no, I don't want to. He is a damsel in distress. That's true. He is a damsel in distress. That's the one thing. And that's what my OC is tended for. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See? Right there. I had that match right. Still tracing around and all this stuff. Now this one right here, I wish I could. I wish I could take the reference out of Onyx Equinox. Cause I don't know how they did it. The Onyx Equinox. I think they did a kind of teeth in this. All right. Then just right here and then a bird. Someone like that. Somewhere here, maybe not. Now the serpent shit. Something. You know, I would say that too. I could. Now this train of thoughts coming to my mind was, if you can, if is there that I can mask that, like if I can mask and copy one position, I can draw something another, which I can, pero would it be the same or not? Over the question. Hmm. Right here. Shit. I'm listening to that very nice break clear, you know? So, as we are doing this, as we are doing this, we are bringing out such things. What else I want to bring again? I'm at Kumba. That has already been finished throughout the time I'm being. I know you saw anybody who came to my stream, who watched this stream, right? And found and heard and saw the thumbnail, be like, okay, Kumba, hello, you know, Ceuta. That was a funny intention because it rhymes, you know. It's not like I wanted the crackdown to happen, though. At a time like that, crackdown is everything. Mm-hmm. I think I had it. No. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Damn. I ate a lot today. Right. Vaccine. Yeah, I don't know how this paras. Or actually, no. Wait. Okay, so when kind of gave him a brass knuckle or something like that. And then it's just tracing and tracing and tracing. So I did the whole art yesterday, like the whole drawing thing. So I don't want to take too much time. So I want to continue on the tracing and shit. And I had to trace again and then again, just to make sure I had everything right on my own alley, because you do have to preserve. Us too. No, I think that would be the same with the roller coaster Busch Gardens. I would have been the same thing to say roller coaster Busch Gardens would have been preserved as well. Fortunately, it's not. It already has been broke down so many times throughout, I think, the past decades, 2 decades, because Busch Gardens, the Kumba ride between Busch Gardens and Kumba, no, the Kumba roller coaster have been open since 1993. Now that's a life. That's a real life right there. Though even there, we're still not an advocate. Shit. It's even there from that point on. It's also have been recently been breaking down. Like I've been hearing stories of that. But when I rode that ride, because I remember riding that ride when I was 17 years old. I remember that time. Right? and I was and and that was right after like I graduated. Well, actually, I went to Spain. Then I was right after I went to Spain, and that roller coaster was like surreal. I thought I was gonna throw up. I remember I was gonna throw up at that ride. So, but it was, but I was hanging around, dangling my feet in the roller coaster, so it helped me like holy shit. So, as I remember the sensation of it, I was like on the you're. It's like a classic roller coaster. I was been right there. One thing, like just like the Kraken. It's basically like Kraken, the ride in SeaWorld, Orlando, Florida. The Kraken has different in over the SeaWorld in San Diego, but you know what I go. Mm, man, see it here. Let me put up the Muzuma. There you go. You can hear that music. Gotta wake my ass up, man. Mm-hmm. Man, no, I'm holding my tongue. So maybe if I want to fall asleep. Oh shit, man. I'm kind of like deucing out. Come on. Oh hell. There you go. There you go, sir. There you go, buddy. Now this is gonna be black and white. I'm telling you to be real with you. You want I needs to be color. Something like this, right? You want I needs to be colorful like this, but then all my characters are kind of like black and white like that. Let's see. Yeah. Hold up a second. Damn, bro. Time to wake my ass up. Hold up a second. I need to wake my ass up. You get it for eating too much, bro. You get it for eating too much. fucking tummy. Really. I ate so much. I don't know. Oops. My bad. Done. Bro, I ate so much today. I ate way too much. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Alright. Into you once again to the serpent. The headed serpent. Serpent in the rainbow. That's Australia. No, isn't that Wade Davis shit? That tells. It's a lot of spirals. And then it's like Ninja Dark shit kind of things. It's very prismic. Very pagan, I'll tell you that. People still pay you that way. So wait, okay, I had the robes, but I didn't tie them up. Hey, tie them up with the robe. No, I didn't have. So wait, where's he has the ropes like somewhere else? Then here I am. Here I am. He's not. That's what he is. Well, good riddance. That there's no cloud. Yes, it's good radio the whole time. Take this out. Put up this. Get the sun. I have my own sunlight, but I was yearning for sunlight on the road outside. I'll tell you that. And that shit and it was so cloudy that just made my depression even thicker. Like I had enough depression. Why give me more suicidal thoughts? Without the sun. You take the sun from me. All time, then it makes all the autistics go with the pumped up kicks. Cause you better run, better run. Okay, let's see right here on that part on. What did I add? Ah. Right here. Alright. I don't know what I did. Okay, so maybe. I have a bowl cut. I like the bowl cut, so you can't go further than that. You cannot go further than that. Well, I need you out there with an undercut. right here. Then I get you. Uh-huh. Mm. Mm. Oh shit. So get to the eyes right here. Man, I do need shoes. I need to stay alive until I stay sleepy. My God. Alright. Alright. Back to my shit. Okay, egg rolls over here. I don't know if the type of ears indigenous people have. Huh. What kind of ear shapes? Wait. Let's go to the avatar. Let's go check out to the wonderful world of Google. 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 You know what I mean? Okay. Indigenous ears. I had to see. What type of ears? Yeah. Okay, you have I think I call it like a flower kind of like, or Mesoamerican actually. Let's see. That's the nose and everything. Goddamn, they got it to the T. Look at that kind of triangular right there. That's to the T. But to the ears, I'm looking for. It's kind of small a bit, but that's the women's ears. Still the same way. Yeah. But this is my style, so it comes and depends. And then here's the part I had to put. I forgot to put the smiles in there. Say no more, no more, more. Issa. Keep going. Crush. Just right here. Right here. Right here. Tomb. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on. Oh, so this part is where I'm getting wrong. Always have it kind of like a back and front kind of swing. It's like a swing pendulum. Mm. Ah. Come on. So there. Right here. Come on. Right, so it's gonna go to here now. I'm about to be already 40 minutes. Well, I am planning I started the stream at 5. I might end it in 2 hours. Trying to keep it balanced because we're usually in the craziest ways possible. I was doing just non-stop, just like 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, which is good. It'd be good. To be real. But as well, you know, I got parents saying, nope, gotta make my lunch and shit. And I want to stay late. That's the only funny part. Like I stream, like, just recently I've been streaming like 4 hours. No, I did once 4. Actually, I did a 4-hour stream. Twice I did a 4-hour stream. That was the funny part. I did a 4-hour stream once, twice. And that was just me just trying to correct and coloring, drawing and shit. I had it all done right there. It tells that how long I take it by my pace. I do it at my pace. You cannot rush anybody, just like me, for trying to make something perfect. However, there are some things I'm not so used to, so you gotta bear with me with that. Then I'm trying to, push myself a little further and further in creativity. You guys didn't believe me, but that's what drawers do. And they do take their shit by the credible level. They do that. I don't know how these streamers, like, you got those streamers like, of course, everybody knows, RDC, I think, what's his name, not your age, Dante, he spends hours. I'll tell you, he spends hours, yo. Right? They also have Florida. And then, of course, XSTECION, and no, he didn't do it one. But no, but I Shall Speed, yes. I Shall Speed's longest stream would be, I think, around 15 hours. People are trying to beat up his speed and stream. You're like, no, that's not happening. I'm just trying to keep myself a good pace. That's it. That's it, my friends. I'm trying to keep a good pace. All right? As I am a little bit kind of worn out, bummed out, because I ate so much. I still got to... Bro, mira mi barriga, bro. Like, I ate so much I gave myself the itis, yo. Somebody help me! I got the itis. Holy shit. I'm trying to draw all my best and talk this out during the stream, yo. That's soldier work right there. May sound like first world problems, but it's a soldier work when you eat too much. Oh man, bro. Somebody play some Zoe music over here. Although I'm listening to breakcore, so. Oosh. And I still have to trace these guys again. Mind you, I still have to trace these guys again. Oh shit. Come on, wake up, wake up. Now here. Yeah. Here. All right. All right. Oh my god, I got lost in the face. Shit, was this sleeping time or something like that? Oh, she's getting into this. Ah, damn it. Here. Take it. See how unmatched that shit is now? That means I have to take your ass, squish it further. Then I want to go you, kind of like this. Bro, I feel I'm about to knock, bro. I'll be like, bah! Hand in my own head, man. My own fucking head, dog. Maybe it's the music, I don't know. Ish, my head. Okay, get your ass tracing over here. Get your ass tracing over here. It's gonna be a fun. Oh shit! It's a window to. Gotta jump this out. It's not this. It's the music. Okay, time to change the music, bro. Christ Almighty. It's just not. Yeah, trying to wake my ass up. Trying to wake my ass up. Trying to wake my ass up, bro. Hey. Ah. Angel Core music. Right here, I'm gonna get you. Now we answer the things. Shit. All right, fuck it. I thought I was gonna put more detail. I was gonna put a ridge, but I was just fooling around. See, gonna give him that very hilarious looking, very seductive smile. Real seductive smile. There you go. Give him that very weird, funny looking smile. Maybe too much. See you? I'll get you the lid. Ah. Let's go. Let's go. Here you go. Dale. To here, to here. Strands of hairs is probably may or may not work. I don't know. I don't know. He needs a name. That's another part of me. I had to put my, and I have not noticed myself putting. He needs a name. What will be his name soon? That's one card I saw her. Ah, hell. It's the shadows. Somewhere to the shadow basis. Ah, come on, bro. It's fat. This full belly does not want to come out. I have to stay up a lot. I want to stay up for a big time. That's just embarrassing my work time. But did he well, the real question is, did he have a chest? Did he really have a chest, or he just had fat titties? He got man titties. Oh, I love that. Oh my god. This music is good. My god. What's going on with my... Maybe... Okay, it's this part. Nah, I don't think so. Lost all effort. See, shit. Here you go. Oh, damn. I forgot to draw him some eyebrows. He looks brownish. He's like, he look like a tope. Tell you that. Wait, hold on. Where is he? Then just like this. Ah, my god. But I think he needs more of a smile. I think the smile needs to be a little more stretched. It sounds like a sweetheart. But I don't think he is not. Angel Core music. Alright, so I have to get Trace more. Got you. I got you. Then I have you. So you are all good. Truthfully, I'm not really gonna like. I'm coloring, but I'm actually. Oh my god! I have one last one. The last one. Actually, where is he? Oh, I deleted it. Wait. I think I deleted it. Oh shit, I deleted it. Ah, I'm gonna have to draw him again. But I think that's that'll be. It ain't the time right now to draw his ass. Or maybe, no. Because I had her. I haven't drawn yet the weapon over there. Or, no, I could trace him. We gotta trace this dude. Trace this one. Damsel in distress. Here he comes. Trying to draw Mesoamerican kind of like pedagogy into that kind of shit. We want to somewhere on the internet. Maybe I do have to draw. I didn't draw side faces. That's another thing. But I don't have to. I don't know if it's necessary to draw side faces now. Side faces would be. Or no, it's not that. Because I didn't. I don't know if I do have more time because I don't want to take too much time when I'm posting artworks. That's the thing. I do not want to take time on just taking artworks. And then I too forgot to put on the cheese. What is this? Yeah, to draw the eye lines. Just probably have to maintain that. All right then. All right, come on. Did he also have eyelashes too? Can I add a bit of the eyelashes a bit? Nope. It's here. Run. Mm, 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 mm. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, keep going on the tracing. See, tracing out there, tracing out there. Let's see, all the way up in here, all the way up in that B. Ah. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Just too much. Yeah, that's just too much right there. Nah, that's not too much. 2 and that's it. Take this out. There you go. Ah, much better. It's the hands. I hate. Yo, what's up with these hands, man? Hands are trash, yo. Or I just have a difficult time drawing hands. You know, Horikoshi, the creator of freaking My Hero Academia, said he loves to draw hands. Like, hands are his favorite things. I'm like, God damn, good luck. I think he said that to me, to the public, just because he know how hard hands are. So he has to have to a point to like kind of play that habit of like, yo, hands to me are the best things. I want to draw more hands. Like he would have to practice hands because his hands are so difficult. Hands are way too difficult, sir. But no one wants to say that. Not even the people who made you know, the like Journey to Atlantis or shit like that, or anime like Naruto. They're saying hands are specific. Are you talented to draw hands and anime hands? And you say yes. Show you the work. You know, don't be sitting here doing you say it even though you don't show it. What they're really expecting is 3D. You know, it's like saying to a migrant, "Hey, yo, the border's open. You can run over it," not knowing that that they think it's easy until you underestimate yourself how hard it is. Alright, tint tracing. Should I draw the... Wait, what did I put over here? Oh, that's the feet. My stupid ass. Because it's a full drawing. Full body. That's the... See how things change? Like I said, it's a time after time thing. Oh shit. Epa. There you go. Hmm. It's time. Almost there. What about these feet, man? What about these feet? Should I never be talking about these hands and these feet? What I should be talking about is the closure of freaking Kumba. Ah, man. I reached the hours that I wanted to bring that out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bro, this belly does not want to go, bro. Hey, I'm gonna play this track here. I ain't gonna lie. The track's pretty hard. It goes pretty hard. Sorry, sorry. The soundtrack in the back went pretty hard. I had to kind of. It's therapy for me. It's the fucking luring. So it looks white. It looks like a white guy. Oh wait, these are the sandals that it works? These sandals work something else. Cause these sandals looks good. Look like shit to the public. Real shit. Come on, get the muscles out. It's right here. His fucking fingers all messed up. God damn it! But I don't know when. I don't know how that shit works. Ask real questions. Jesus Christ. Come on, baby. Let's get ass for big stuff. Mm. Mm-hmm. All right, that's good. Now to the black and white stuff. Back to the black and white stuff now. So shit. That and tracing has been long. I still have not. I still feel a little tired. Damn, dude, that's how it's gonna be. I haven't rested, or like I would feel very resty around the afternoon, but I wouldn't be the same until if I did it live. I'm like, bro, I'm doing my best. Much like Kumba, who has been around Rust. Man, let's talk about, there's the thing about Kumba, as I said, you know, if there's a one thing to talk about Kumba, it's why we have to give ourselves a farewell of certain things. A ride like that it's old, it's an old ride. But Busch Gardens is a theme park that's been around approximately almost the same, oh no, older before than Magic Kingdom. But it didn't start out with roller coasters. People don't who've been to Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, probably knows or not knows of what the continuity of what Busch Gardens is, especially Kumba. And Kumba, if I was willing to tell you about Kumba, let's see, we should bring it back. We should bring the story of Kumba. Kumba is a roller coaster that's been around since the 1990s, right? Though I would highly beg to differ too on the fact that Kumba was not it ain't like, look, it says it right here as a steel roller coaster have been around. Yeah, let's talk about that because Busch Gardens. Well, we do need to talk about Busch Gardens to understand Kumba because that was in the 1990s. It was released. It was showing a commercial in Tampa, right? It was supposed to be by B&M, right? But at the time it had the world's tallest vertical loop. But that was back in the day, because the coaster had features 7 inversions, height of 143 feet, and a maximum speed of 6 miles per hour. I rode this ride back long ago. When I was 19 years old. I did also rode Cobra's Curse, right? So I rode all those roller coasters, much like a SeaWorld, because even though at the time that SeaWorld, right? SeaWorld at the time, well, didn't have that many roller coasters. The only one equivalent that's like equivalent to Kumba and right, was Kraken, basically. Because I know, okay. Let me break it out. Okay. Kumba, all right. Kumba was the equivalent, like, no. Kraken was inspired by Kumba, 100%. All right, like Kraken was inspired by Kumba. That's a known fact. I'm going to be talking. I want to talking about this. Meanwhile, I'm tracing, and doing the tracing and the coloring and all that kind of good stuff. So bear with me about what I'm speaking. Okay. So yeah, Kumba inspired Kraken, and Kraken just was picked up the space for SeaWorld. I think it's around. I don't know when because these two theme parks would have been around since the 1960s as theme parks without the roller coasters, because theme park means it can mean like a park that has a theme on it, right? Doesn't mean that it needs roller coasters unless it wants to. Then that was just considered amusement parks. Either way, the only reason that made the theme, we put the theme to the amusement park in the theme parks, it was because, you know, Disney. Disney started off with the usage of, technology and storytelling in their parks, just like they did in Universal Studios. You riding the movies in every ride right? You're riding the movies in Universal Studios. So therefore, that became like this sort of misconception use of theme parks. That some artists are saying, oh, they're complaining about when it to Walt Disney World and Universal, because they're accusing them for taking away the true definition of a theme park, not an amusement park with a theming to it. So that's what they're saying. That's what most of the old heads are saying in you know in California, all that kind of stuff. For example, I'll give you a good example about that. Like, for example, like a good example of that is I think China, Splendid China, that we had long ago at this was like, Splendid China's been around since like what? Woo! Like the like 1988. I think that's what Splendid China was. Or I think it's just in the 90s, you know? And the China after that, because Splendid China has been around, was there until I think the 2000s, like 2005. That's when it closed. Yeah, 2005. That's when Splendid China closed. It was a theme park of itself, but it was a walkable place. It's a splendid garden that it was Chinese themed. It had temples. It had mountains. It had dynasty temples that are like miniatures. And then of course they had Chinese performance. Till it was all shut down by the Tibetans that actually live in Florida. Mind you, yes, we do have Tibetans living in Florida, and like that. They kind of closed that down, and it's been abandoned for ever since. It's already until then, the Splendid China, was it once stood. It was the little Chinatown area, right? Was that it was abandoned, and that's when, like, Adam the Woo, rest in peace, Adam the Woo, kind of like searched the whole place, and there was a lot of graffiti into it, people skateboarding, skid row, people doing drugs over there, and all that kind of good stuff. So it had to kind of like it completely, like, just torn down after that, and now it became like a street. Now who knows when or not that Splendid China will come back. We don't know, unless, I think, with the coming of anime, Pokemon coming up, Japan, Nintendo, the world that was being built over there, anything East Asian type of things coming in, pop culture and all that stuff. Now with a growing Oriental population here in Orlando, that's what's going. So therefore, we have been having a lot of Asian stores and Asian Asian markets and Asian cuisines just growing all over Orlando. On top of that, it's the theme park capital of the world. So why not? Splendid China was owned by a Chinese owner, by a Chinese businessman who said, because he was like, I'm in the land of theme parks. Let's make a theme park. And theme park they did, until they got shut down because of the CCP propaganda in Splendid China. If you really did not know, there was CCP propaganda, and people were trying to cover up the stigma of the Tiananmen Square massacre, because those people who were protesting were at the time against Splendid China, were actually from that moment of history that survived the massacres of Tiananmen Square. Funny enough, And of course, the Cultural Revolution with the Buddhist monks over there too, and all that kind of good stuff. But what we're talking about is SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens have been for a while. I mean, since around the 70s, and that was even after or before or after Disney World came to Florida. My father went to Disney World at the time. I think in 1971 when he was with his friends. The moment it opened. So at the time the technology was just unfathomably strange. It was all just futuristic. It was just unbelievable. You couldn't believe your eyes, and you were also riding the movies. Little did the world knew that there would be another theme park opening in Disney World. Like 2 theme parks, and the possibility to keep growing and growing and growing. And then Universal came in. Universal came in 1980s, right? 1980 something in Universal. No, I think the Universal Studios park, the one in Hollywood, opened around since the 1960s or 70s. But Florida, I'm talking about Florida, that was been around since the 1980s. And then that's when Islands of Adventure came up in 1999, and all the other theme parks were just growing and growing. Then SeaWorld decided that's when, I think around the 1990s, that's when Busch Gardens and SeaWorld started to grow. And Kumba opened up in 1993 in Busch Gardens. And mind you, Busch Gardens was once a animal like safari. Like in South Florida, there's a park called Lion Country Safari, right? And Lion Country Safari, it was like that. You drive by, you have a little sip of tea, you have a little sip of cuisines and all that stuff, but seeing the animals that were imported from, Africa or Asia or South America. And they're all, like gambling up together. You were used to walk. You used to have like little train rides just to see animals flocking around. Even little dinosaur animatronics kind of fly about in Busch Gardens. And that was in the history wise. And Busch Gardens, even not just that, it was served around. I think they had what was the real Busch Gardens? Because Busch Gardens was around for quite a good time. I think around the 1960s. Hold on a second. Busch Gardens, Tampa. Busch Gardens, come on. Give me the history of Busch Gardens. Yeah. Yeah. So you've been around. Well, yeah, it's been since 1959. That's literally 1960. That's literally how many years after Disneyland? No, because Disneyland, it was like an animal park, and then it was Knott's Berry Farm, because a lot of competition after that. After Disneyland opened in California, when the Walt Disney World built Disneyland, I mean, everybody was just banking on it. Knott's Berry Farm was banking on it. Warner Brothers is trying to bank on it. Universal did their first bank on it in Hollywood, and so yeah, and then SeaWorld as well. SeaWorld as well. I think SeaWorld Orlando started, I think, in the 1970s. So Busch Gardens started. So basically, Busch Gardens. Let's see, Orlando, 1970. Okay, so Busch Gardens influenced Kraken and SeaWorld. So I got it all mixed up. So, but in the end, yeah, Busch Gardens, Kumba influenced SeaWorld, because they're both at the time were part of the same company of the owners of Busch Gardens, of the person who owned Busch Gardens, basically. And it started off as a zoo, as a walking zoo, right? It's with a birds and hospitality gardens and all that kind of stuff. And then they started to put in more themings, North America, free roaming, mixed species, habitats. And then, of course, in the 1970s, the expansion happened, and then that's when they started adding roller coasters in the end. Like they did, of course, they had their other park in Busch Gardens, which is in Williamsburg, originally as the old country for the Europeans. Then that's when they started to put the iconic Loch Ness Monster roller coaster back in 1978 to 2009. But so around there, and then from there in the 1970s, after that, that's when it started building more and more and more and more like roller coasters and stuff. That's to become sort of thrill ride experience. That's when we had Shikra, which I rode, which is the most probably a goated ride. I'll tell you that shit was gas. First time I rode it, I my balls soared. Like I'm telling you, bro, like that shit, like your gut, it's like raises up. You start to scream like a bee, like a little bitch, honestly, because the airtime is so intense. I'll tell you that. But so that's when Kumba was alive, and Kumba had at one moment in the 1990s was had the tallest vertical loop at the time, right? And that loop had and it had multiple inversions. The only thing that why they're closing this because throughout because it's old. Yeah, the reason why they're closing it because it's old. That's why. Top of that, it had a long history of just non-stop, non-stop just breakdowns and closures. Like it's always been need to recheck all the time. Many people like every time like something happens, all right, they have to kind of delay it like most coasters, most rides. I won't be surprised if Space Mountain was the only ride in Disney World, or Expedition Everest is the one. That ride had many mechanisms. I remember riding Expedition Everest when I still didn't make that video. I still didn't upload the video. Oh my god, I had to create that video. And I promise the world I'm making that video. I'm pretty much finished on that video, but like I said, the ride Animal Kingdom, that place had sometimes we'll have malfunctions up the ass because it's got so much technology, right? Kumba, Cheetah Hunt which was released in 2010. That ride had technical difficulties, but still alive. But it was Kumba, it had more. It was like Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, who always have multiple multiple technical difficulties, and it had a long tough time for it to kind of like adapt to that kind of stuff, all that stuff. Though, it had made a lot of popularity. So, man, Coaster Force, like, you got many theme park enthusiasts, some of the old-timey into Coaster Force theme park. Yeah, like I said, Coaster Force theme park review, Midway Mayhem, Tim the Tracker, Attractions Magazines, Inside the Magic, it's so on, and many more. And now it's come to a closure. But will it be forever gone? I don't think so. Because Kumba, right, as we say Kumba, right, on Busch Gardens, because that's closing in. So it's going to be closing at August the it's already been passed. Goodbye. We're August the 3rd, and goodbye. So, yeah. It was been already 33 years. It's been around for 33 years. Opened in 1995, and it was made by B&M, or Bollinger & Melbar. That's what we call it, B&M. The steel coaster in 70 version drop. Its retirement paves the way for the futures for Kumba's Revenge, which would be a $100 million theme park investment. So it'll be making it better, and then it's going to be a replacement for that. Kumba's Revenge. It's a sequel. Kumba is going to stay. Kumba is going to stay. It's not the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody who's watching the stream, I'm telling you this, okay? Kumba is not going away. The old Kumba is going away. The one Kumba that started all of its legacy for Busch Gardens is going away. But he will come back stronger, ever. He will come back more gracious, more inversions. He'll come back with more speed and more aggression. He'll come back tougher than ever. He'll come back seeking for successors. Kumba is basically the Zuma's revenge, if you've never played the games. Although that is the most corniest shit I've ever said in my life. You know what I mean? So, it's like if they take out Kraken, which is an icon roller coaster in SeaWorld, it's gonna have to stay for something else, right? It's gonna have to be Kraken's Revenge or the Wrath of the Kraken. And it's gonna have a better thing. I hope they keep the B&M tracks, right? The B&M tracks of not Intamin. I like Intamin, but you know, they've been using those European Rubik's tracks. I like those. There's something about those V tracks by B&M. There's something about those V tracks. Like I saw in we saw in Universal's in Hollywood Pride Rocket, which I wrote before. There's something about them like those that roller coaster over there. Mind you, too. There are still roller coasters that are still alive to this day. You know, the Incredible Hulk roller coaster on Islands of Adventure. There's the Fast and Furious ride that's coming back, which has like a V section kind of ride. I think another one that had a V that used to be there. Oh goodness, if they didn't take it out, would be no. They do have one. Revenge of the Mummy. That ride still has it. It's an indoor roller coaster. If you guys ever been to there. Revenge of the Mummy is there. They still have the V tracks. It was open in the 2000s. Fast and Furious is coming back. I'll tell you that. Yeah, but not. Thank God we're taking out that fucking supercharged. Please, it's a big mistake. Take it out. Keep that. Put that Fast and Furious ride into Universal Texas for kids. For fuck's sake. God damn it. Please, just take it. Destroy it. Put twisters. Replace that supercharged ride with twisters, if you guys have to. But either way, yeah. So we're talking about Kumba. So Kumba, yeah. So it's gonna come back. It's going to be updated. It's going to be a sequel. It's not gonna die off and like that, like Disney's Dinosaur. Dinosaur, on the other hand, I was the only time I ever rode Disney's Dinosaur was that one day I recorded it and filmed it. Period is that. I'll tell you. You know, and now it's turning into Indiana Jones, which I am actually looking forward to. You know, you got to be optimistic at some sort of shit like that. Yes, there's a lot of veterans. There's still some veterans out there in Disney, right? These Disney adults who are entitled, or theme park adults, right? Who are still entitled of trying to, you know, who would literally die on their feet for such attractions like this. You know, there are some people out there really trying to fight their way, trying to make videos, these very hot take videos over how, you know, this should stay as Dinosaur. Well, in my opinion, I would say, again, on behalf of Disney's Dinosaur, they should keep a notion of Disney's Dinosaur and Dinoland USA somewhere in Disney's Animal Kingdom after they do and finish their work of you know, you know, like yeah, Tropical Americas. God damn. Yo, for real, bro. My head, my mind. Because it'll be a crazy experience if they took out the ET much, or they take out Dr. Seuss. I think Dr. Seuss needs to be taken out. I firmly believe that Dr. Seuss land, even though it's a kids land, it's for little kids, and there needs to be a land for the children. I can confirm to the point where Dr. Seuss landing could need a refurbishment. If not, they need to completely take it out. I mean, that's the last. As much as it's important to remember the works of Dr. Seuss, it's already been old since the 1990s. That shit's like already 30 years ago. just plain 30 years ago, because they opened in 1999 already. That needs to go. That shit needs to go. Or it needs to be updated, the land. I could say that Dr. Seuss needs a sort of update. Toon Lagoon, people want to remove Toon Lagoon. I would say no. You can, and if you would, turn it to One Piece. But you need a land that represents animations of Universal, because despite being bought by Comcast for God knows how much money, I feel like that Universal's is forgetting the origins of where it comes from. I mean, at the time, I remember back in the 2000s. Oh my God, the good old and the great 2000s, the iconic 2000s eras. Now there used to be, moments of clarity where you can play. There was a Men in Black, or there was Nickelodeon. Universal once bought Nickelodeon as a competition for against Disney, and then they had their own animation cartoons, and I wonder what happened. Yeah, Universal used to own Disney. I mean, used to have their own cartoons, like Woody Woodpecker. They had I think they had other cartoons, Wally the Warless. They had though they've been taking up Hanna-Barbera cartoons like Scooby Doo. They did have taking DreamWorks, because Comcast has become freeloader. So niggas be forgetting. I'm telling you straight up, niggas be forgetting about that Woody Woodpecker nigga. That nigga is the Mickey Mouse of Universal Studios, for God's sake. Don't leave his ass behind like that. On God. One is the mascot for Busch Gardens, I'll tell you that. Maybe I think. Hold on, to see the plan. Yeah, Iron Gwazi. I forgot about Gwazi. It used to be Gwazi, now it's Iron Gwazi. So it's just sequelized. Yeah, but Pete, I would think that again, like, because I would think too that where Manta needs an update or so. Manta has been around since. Sorry, Manta's been around since 2007. I remember that. Yeah, as a kid, I've been hearing the stories of Manta roller coaster since 2000. And I'd be like, yo. I remember going to Manta ride at Universal Studios Hollywood. Alright, so here, yeah, a Manta. Yo, Manta ride was crazy. I actually went to SeaWorld. I didn't make videos out of SeaWorld. I just went there for fun. I should record SeaWorld. I should have been riding all them rides to SeaWorld. But if I need a camera. I need a real good camera if I want to go back to SeaWorld. Because SeaWorld is pretty cheap. But no, I've already been to SeaWorld twice. I've been to Magic Kingdom. I know I won't go to Animal Kingdom until they start reopening the new Tropical Americas area. For sure. I know that that's gonna be quite a time, quite a long time. I'll tell you that. Going to be quite a long time. But who don't matters until we see the outcome. Until like a fucking DJ pops up, does sort of jig like Cascade they did in Mardi Gras in the Universal Studios. Then I'll be a different story. You know, unless they hire me being a DJ, I'll be throwing fucking night core sets. I'll be throwing drift fog and angel core sets. Oh my god, bro! I'll be shuffling. I'll be backflipping like I have my eye show speed. I'll be the Hispanic. I'll be the Ecuadorian DJ blend, man. Oh my god! If they put me at a DJ set, they need rave parties over there. I'll tell you that. On God, yo, on God. To say that on the one hand, oh well, who else, bro? You know, it's not like if they're gonna take away, they're gonna do that right after they're taking out the Blue Man Group already on that's used to be on Icon, used to be Universal. Speaking of that, because you know, if I say, for example, like Blue Man Group. If you guys don't know about Blue Man Group, they're like that group of performers who basically blur faces doing crazy magic shows and shit. Used to be Universal until then they took it out. They always do a performance. Circus Soleil, I think they're still there too. Yeah. Kumba, as like I said again, Kumba will be upgraded just like Iron Gwazi. I think they had images. They have images around the way. Yeah, they have a lot of videos in there. I think that's right here. There's a closing on the report for that. It's after 33 years. So I have to see what will come to that. And then we might also maybe in the future. I don't know if someone dare to jinx the rumors or not. If they're going to refurbish Shikra, that ride has also been around for a long time. I think it's been. I think 1999 or something, or maybe in the 2000, and it's like early 2000s because we're in the year 2026. How long is Shikra? Shikra has been around for Ghana. Hold on, Shikra roller coaster. Let's see. How long has that ride been? Yeah, 2005. All right, yeah, it needs a. It's already been a time. It's already been a time. Though that's basically that ride is there before Hollywood Rip Ride Rock. No. Revenge of the Mummy. That's what it was. Yeah. Revenge of the Mummy has been after Shikra then. So okay, so I got my own awareness to say that too. How about yes, but still, it needs that ride kind of needs a update too. You know, as you know, it's as a heavy, like a foundational thrill ride for Busch Gardens, right? Much like Kraken in SeaWorld is another foundational ride. Well, Manta, I think between Kraken or Manta is the more foundational ride for SeaWorld. Because it's been around since 2000, June the 1st, 2000. It has need some. Yeah, I think Kraken needs some kind of refurbishment because B&M they need to call up a B&M or you know, I don't want Intamin. I don't want another Intamin track that is going to turn a year. That'll be such a betrayal, like a backstab if SeaWorld decided to take out the traditional swirls and traditional V tracks of Kraken, and then to just turn it to another European B&M like Intamin track. It gets tiring. It's really tiring. Like, don't depend on them. Also depend on Maverick. Depend on Mach. Depend on American roller coasters. Like Iron Gwazi was built by an American wooden roller coaster company here. we don't, right? Though the steel coasters are usually Europeans, and B&M. I think it's about that B&M. There's just something about that V track B&Ms on the steel roller coasters. There's something about that, but it's been around, so it does need some refurbishment. As it says, because it's also been breaking down. Those systems have been breaking down. They kind of had to, nobody wants to tear down that entire roller coaster, all up to an oblivion. They don't want to. They don't want to tear it up. They don't want to. They had that empathy to not destroy something so vital to its heart of the ride, like a SeaWorld. Meanwhile, Mon-Thu has been around. Yeah, has opened since 2008, and I remember. I remember. I was legit. I was legit when I saw the news about that thing was around 2009 actually. Yeah. So yeah, but I'll say that too. Yeah, that ride has been around for 2009. So it doesn't need a refurbishment yet because it's still very new. But it does need a few tracks or so, kind of updates or tracks or so. Mientras Tu Lagoon, right, who has been around since literally 30 years ago in Universal Studios. No, there is still, it has rumors right now. The update for that, look at that. Look, open on May 28th, 1999. We are 26 years, no, 1999. 1999. Okay, hold on. 1999, 2026. How long that is? 27 years, my friends. 27 years. I almost had it right. Yeah, but Toon Lagoon, so the whole theme park there. So there is the talk about whether or not is it going to be removed. I could put it on AI right now. Let's see what it says right here. Rumors of replacement. So it's gonna say it right now. Look, it announced plans to not officially theme park blogs speculate in the future. Why the rumors exist? Because it's been around. Look, because the renewal or like to expire by 2029. That's years ahead. I'm gonna be an old man. Oh shit! I want to be on my earth. I want to be just surviving 30 years old. Fuck me. Oh my god. But. Plans to choose to replace the destroyers theme park bloggers for the future. So the constraints to that, it's like feature syndicate characters like Popeye, Doodly Doo is rumored to require renewal or expire by 2029. Hey, syndicate characters. Hey, that's my logo. But wait, no, I'm syncretic characters. My SC logo is syncretic characters. But the Popeye ride has been around for a long time. I mean, riding that ride. I rode that ride as a kid. I remember going to the other wet rides like I've been to Spider-Man. Yes. And then I've been to Jurassic Park. I went to that one. Yeah, that was when I was a kid. And then of course I went to a Harry Potter ride. Holy shit, that Harry Potter ride was crazy. But that was I'm talking about the first Harry Potter ride, my friends. My first Harry Potter ride. Holy shit, man! You don't know about the first Harry Potter ride. Actually, it was nuts. Well, it was weird. It was creepy. I rode it twice. It was like there was just something about that. On that, but yes, Islands of Adventures. On the behalf of that, it does need. It needs a change. It really needs a change on Tu Lagoon. I think more about updating the characters. That's it. I mean, they need to bring back Woody Woodpecker or some way somehow, because you're this is an American company. You don't want to remove it to anime, but if you really wanted to move it to anime, then go ahead. Just gonna be One Piece. I know, and the rumor's already been true that Pokemon is officially going to take away. It's going to replace the Lost Continent as the new island peak. But in order to do that, it's got to reach Japan first. And that's the only thing. I know, but it would be funny as hell if we had One Piece before Japan had One Piece. That shit would be funny as hell, yo. Yo, you know how freaking crazy that would be? Because since we in Epic Universe, and of course throughout all of Universal the theme parks in Hollywood and Tokyo, there's the Super Mario World, right? But would it be insane that Pokemon or One Piece, right, takes over, gets built in before Japan builds their own? Because we know Japan, like Pokemon and One Piece are there in Universal Studios Japan, right? There was the water show, the fan fest, in Hollywood and in Disney and Universal Studios Hollywood. There was that they switched the water world to the One Piece shit. Yeah, they did the One Piece show. Yeah, shout out to One Piece, dog. I'm trying to catch up. I'm starting to trying to catch up on the One Piece that I've been watching for years. It's so long. That's why I'm already past the Kataguri arc. I'm already passing up to the other arcs. I think I'm not doing any fillers. I'm sorry, I can't do fillers. I'm not gonna pass them fillers. I'm not gonna pass the movies. I'm gonna pass them. I did one movie already. Some of the movies on One Piece, but everything else, no. I already have to pass through the one arc where one episode where Sanji fights Luffy at one point, and then of course there was another one, I think Kaido. Yeah, I have yet to reach Kaido's arc. I'll tell you that. I'll have yet to reach Kaido's arc. It's a long updated kind of thing. It's gonna be long. But either ways, so talking about One Piece coming to Islands Adventure, unlikely until years ahead in the future. What I do would be likely to say if Pokemon does take Islands of Adventure first before Japan, that would be the funniest shit. That'd be funny as hell, yo. You had no idea. I would say I would personally say. Mientras, what will the Simpsons be replaced? That's the thing. What will be the Simpsons replacing? I think. Hold on a second. Simpsons ride replacement, because Disney owns now the Simpsons. You know, Disney now bought that shit. Unless they can take that ride to Disney World, I don't know. Look, it stands right now. Look, the rumor of Simpsons Rise that the entire Springfield, USA land closing stems from a 20-year licensing agreement that heavily rumored to expire in 2028 because Walt Disney Company acquired 20th Century Fox in 2019. Another Universal's biggest competitor now owns The Simpsons. This can make contract renewal between highly unlikely. Recent suggests that Universal may shut down the ride sooner ever. Right? Why the ride factor includes the Disney factor, where he knows that Disney paid on licensing fees directly to its primary competitor to keep the ride operating. Also has sent guests surveys exploring the idea of the Simpsons attractions to Walt Disney World. And of course, an AG managed, yes, that too. I mean, it was not even a ride as well. Because basically, the Simpsons ride is just a replacement from the 1990s Back to the Future ride, which I went to when I was a kid and during the 2000s. No, I didn't. No. I don't remember. No. I went to the Jimmy Neutron ride. That's what I went to. I went to that one when I was a kid. That was 2000. 2000. I'll tell you that. But you know, because it was like originally, like I said, the theater, the motion simulator theater originally built for 1991 for Back to the Future the ride. Maintaining these 35-year-old hydraulic similarities has become increasingly difficult and expensive. So then they're going to shift away from screens. Universal is actively moving away from screen-heavy 3D motion rides in favor of physical sex, roller coasters, and animatronics. So the replacing the movers that we were talking about is Pokemon, which that's going to be in Islands of Adventure. I know that's the strongest rumor, or the Secret Life of Pets for Illumination. Now, which that could be a possibility too. It could be for a little children's ride for they get to remove that one, or a DreamWorks expansion. I think that's highly unlikely because they still have the Shrek 4D kind of like experience. Unless they could take that out. I like because How to Train Your Dragon, that's in Islands, that's in an Epic Universe already. I think the most likely attraction that would be kind of replace Simpsons might be Secret Life of Pets. Might be that. That's my biggest rumor. That would be the biggest rumor. Secret Life of Pets. Although it's not my biggest cup of tea, yet again, I have to respect the kids, and there's children that needs to be children appropriate. I would say, yeah, I can advocate the fact that Secret Life of Pets can be a good replacement to the Simpsons ride, unless something like Rick and Morty just no, bro. But imagine Rick and Morty, because I think Rick and Morty have been around in Universal for some time. No, I don't think so. No, that's for Halloween Horror Nights. But Secret Life of Pets could be a good replacement for the ride of the Simpsons ride, since it's been around. I mean, because times change, and money is forever more getting more and more like more manipulative at these times. I mean, I wish if Universal still had their own ownership, but until rather than having like companies like Comcast just bust in and start just taking everything, just taking them by their lock, grabbing them by the balls, basically. I mean, they have like Comcast has Universal by the balls as this now. They're forcing to have put everything else. I would say, if you have the balls, if they got you by the balls, I hope they expect you to build. Again, I've been annoying for this Lord of the Rings, but that's unlikely for that. They could take out they could do for that part on Islands of Adventures, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. It's not even talk about it again, because I hope to God it's not another. I swear to God, I would have no mind of not going to Universal if they're going to keep doing Harry Potter. Like, I'm going to stop going to Islands of Adventure. I am not going to ride any Harry Potter ride if they're just going to mind about on Harry Potter this for the, like, God knows the hundredth time already. You already got enough Harry Potter in your theme parks. How much more do you want Harry Potter? Yeah, stop Harry Potter. You already have enough Harry Potter. Here, Harry Potter. There, Harry Potter. Up and down, left and right. That's enough. That's enough Harry Potter, please. Just like Disney with Star Wars, we need something new. We need something anime, something like that, which would be the next option too for Universal Studios or Florida, would be the Pokemon thing. And Pokemon is a highly popular franchise in Japan, starting in video games and all that kind of good shit. And who's to say that it will not be a success over there? Here in Universal Studios. I mean, we could have another franchise that could kind of replace, they can replace The Simpsons. I think that would be. I think it was this one Universal franchise that has been around. The Jason Bourne Legacy? No, it's just a stunt show. Keep that as a stunt show. They could bring back Terminator. They could definitely bring back the Terminator. They used to have Terminator 3D. They could bring back a Terminator attraction in for Universal Studios, and as it used to be, during at the time. That would be a perfect one. Imagine that. Who does not want to see Back to the Future come back? I mean, Back to the Future, but does not want to see the Terminator come back? That'd be nuts. Because he used to be around since the 2000s. That'd be enormous. That'd be very enormous to see. Or a disaster film. Who knows? On that behalf. But if not, and all that, and if it's not that, it would not be Pokemon. If it's not Pokemon, if it's not Lord of the Rings, or I guess another renewal, because we know there's no more renewal for The Simpsons, and I would say Secret Life of Pets. That has, or like a DreamWorks expansion, but it's got to be something else than just periodically. How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon's already an epic universe. These guys have stupid money, so they can do whatever they want. Honestly, they can have whatever they want. But they'll be the best judge of it too, because they still have Marvel. Well, actually, no. Marvel's not going away. The Marvel Superhero Island is not going away at all times. At all times. It's not the Marvel Cinematic Universe is there. Walt Disney's there, but it's not going away. All right. We're gonna have to wait for another set of superheroes that have to be ready up and going, and we're gonna have to see what it is. Bro, if the Wolverine, one thing I was saying in the Marvel DC Universe, we need to see Wolverine fight Hulk. We need to see that. We just need to see the Wolverine fight the Hulk. Of all cost. I just want to see that. And that my life will be complete. My life will be extremely complete. Yeah, on God. So I'm here trying to finish up this part. On the behalf, too. How long is it already? 2 hours already? Yeah. But on the behalf of stories of other things, there are some other stuff I do wanted to bring out about in the stream. As to the point of time, yes, it has come to that point that Kumba is disappearing. For the moment in time, will come back. But we also, you say, it had a long run. I'm saying this like it's a funeral. God damn. Nah, I'm not. It's coming back. But Kumba wise, Kumba original, goodbye. Kumba had a good run, and its history of it is foundational to Busch Gardens in the 1990s. I would too say my condolences to anyone who had yet to ride the ride. I've already ride the ride long ago. It's amazing. It's twists and twirls. It's just a good recipe for adrenaline. But the time has to come for it to go. So goodbye, Kumba. However, another thing shall arise. We must say hello to the city of Ceuta in Spain. But about Spain, about Spain, is that, shit like this happens. You know what I mean? Shit like this happens in South Spain, man. We have this going all the way in the first few days of Spain. And I mean goddamn, right? And I say goddamn, as right now I'm recording this right now, so I'm gonna make a video out of this. So talking about Spain after the fact that in my live stream that I talked about Kumba. Goodbye to you, Kumba, but hello, Ceuta. How many freaking migrants just went down in this way? It's just the wildest thing. You know, little I thought, like, the Ceuta, I keep saying Ceuta, la Ceuta, la Cuete, la Cuete, la Cuelepa, like, I don't know, bro. I'm too Latin American for Spain, honestly. Even though this Spanish language is from Spain, anyways. Seeing shit like this is something wild. It's unbelievable. And thinking these niggas are just running all the way. The border patrol going off the roof. People are running out there. People are getting shot. A female police officer doing her best to put bullets, trying to keep in control the situation there is so far. I mean, Ceuta is Africa. It's a Spanish territory in Africa. Since then, the migrant crisis has been expanding since the government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, decided, say, because they did not agree to the UN's accord, or to the EU's accord of protecting their borders or protecting their lands, you know, due to this surge, this orchestrated surge of migrants that are being flocked. Because remember, because these new migrant crises that have been happening recently, like there was a time, there was a moment that it was organic, but this one was not. It was more organized, I'll tell you that. But holy shit, that was a good happen. They were looking for jobs. You know, all they just want to do is just, you know, culturally enrich the city, no? I mean, we have to see more of these things going on. I mean, look at this. Nick Shirley has been talking about it.
Right here, it looks like the military has grabbed a group of the guys that are up in the mountain. Now they're all coming down, being walked down the mountain right now. And once again, not a single woman in sight. This is all just a group of men right here, all being escorted down the mountain from the Spanish military. There's another group back there as well. And right here in the mountains, we have another group of people who are getting pushed down the mountain from the Spanish military. It looks like the Spanish military, the Spaniards are starting to do something about this migrant crisis. It has gotten really, really bad. All these people are now fleeing, coming down the mountain, being pushed down from the Spanish military. And the police are coming up right now.
It's wild that the fact that, because Morocco is like the borders of Morocco and Spain. I mean, you could see the mount over the other side of the beach of Ceuta. You can actually see the city, some of the biggest cities of Morocco out there, basically. And and people say, and the people that live in Morocco, there are some that say they live in harsh condition, others say they live in beautiful condition and decided to bust in. And like the moment that they made that announcement, just like a flush. I mean, you've seen photos. There were images. I think there were images like on the very first half that happened here, or videos. It's just barging in, just like flustering, especially not just in Ceuta but in Melilla. Here, what you're seeing here right now is the city, the locals of the Spanish looking for the migrants and beating them out. Yeah. Yeah, because there was a flurry of that. I mean, I've seen many videos recently. I've been seeing many videos of this that's happening because you see it's all over on TikTok. Dude, these people are going in. Nick Shirley is already in there. I mean, how did Nick Shirley go there so fast? I'm telling you that. That's been such a quick flight compared to these people.
Por un tipo que gritaba Alá es grande.
Oh my God.
Le degolló. Y parece que ese patrón de comportamiento que a cualquiera que tiene sentido común y de los que estáis aquí ya sabéis a qué responde, pues después de un silencio atronador en los medios de estos días, nos dicen que es un brote psicótico. Yo no sé por qué los brotes psicóticos siempre le dan a los mismos. Pero es que resulta que acabamos de conocer esta tarde que el tipo en cuestión ya había sido detenido en Burgos, atacando a la policía, también al grito de Alá es grande. Allí tuvo otro brote psicótico. Y cada vez que tiene un brote psicótico, grita Alá es grande, como el que asesinó al sacerdote también en Andalucía. Y ahora nos han dicho que no estaba en sus cabales. No, desde luego que no están en sus cabales. Están llenos de fanatismo religioso que no queremos en nuestro suelo. Estamos absolutamente hartos de esta invasión patrocinada por los partidos políticos desde hace mucho tiempo. Y hablamos con claridad porque tenemos respuestas y tenemos valor para aplicar las políticas que otros no se atreven a aplicar. El que entra ilegalmente en nuestra patria y el que pisa nuestro suelo sin permiso se va por donde ha venido.
Es como lo mismo que pasó en acá en Estados Unidos en 2024 durante la época de Joe Biden. Honestly, because Joe Biden, because it was the same thing that happened in the migrant crisis in 2024. I mean, it was just fucking terrible. You had like a fucking like a mass sea of just people just walking through the border like it's nothing. I mean, you see by miles and miles and miles of people trying to enter. You had gangs in there. You had, of course, you had some people trying to get in, trying to make the better living, trying to escape from dictatorship, like the Venezuelans. There was a reasonable cause that were trying to escape. However, unfortunately, who also got in? Terrible criminals, rapists, murderers, pedophiles, terrorist sympathizer. Literally, I mean, even in Chinese migrants, right, who all military age men. There were very few women and children involved. Yes, I see a lot of women and children involved, but the majority of the migrants were all men, young men, and they had a good number of them, a good half of them had a goal. They had a goal. They weren't there to make a better life. They were there trying to wreck some shit. That was another thing that happened in there. And that's what they're saying. You know, that's what's actually happening in Japan, right? Many videos, many YouTube videos right now, they talk about how, oh, the Islam is trying to spread in Japan, and then they instantly regret it, and they got deported, and they got this, and they got that. And say, oh, Japan's doing the right thing. Japan is this. That's what we need. Japan is going to be strictly Japanese forever, and it's gonna be. I've been looking at Japanese Twitter recently, and they're saying comments right now of a mass influx of migrants starting to skirt up even higher now, because yes, they deported a good number of them, a good mass percentage, but that did not stop there, because they still have the problem with the Kurdish peoples. They're having problems with African Nigerian migrants that are actually being imported by the Yakuzas. They had a lot of Latinos too, but they were good with them. You know? There was only a few of us, right? But they're also now targeting us Latinos in Japan because of the whole migrant crisis bullshit. But there's a mass importation because Japan is losing people. And don't think that Korea or had never had migrant crisis before. No, they do having migrant crisis over there in East Asia, especially China too. Now China is different because they actually built a town for the Africans, and especially in Hong Kong. Now they're trying. I've seen a comment or two on Twitter, on X, that they are bringing in African migrants from Uganda, from Somalia, from Sudan. They need to make just to escape the living over there, kind of this, because they're losing population. That was the thing. So that happens, but if we let the world be known, there are some bad apples down the way, and such radical ideologies. I mean, who's to say? God damn, it's like you're ending a. It's like if you invited a drug dealer into a Barney's Kids store. Basically, that's what just basically happened, man. I mean, shit. I mean, who's to say these faces are here?
They're queuing for water, the army having finally delivered a supply. It's the first bit of assistance most have received since arriving in Ceuta. The chaotic manner of their arrival in Spain's autonomous outpost on the North African coast has inflamed EU tensions over immigration. And while the authorities have sent back most of the mainly Moroccans among some 60,000 who breached the border, this is the human crisis left behind. Citizens of Sudan, Algeria, Egypt, Mali, Senegal, Somalia.
I don't get about Egypt. Okay, hang on a second. Let me think about this. When did Egypt have a humanitarian crisis? When did Egypt has a sort of poverty rate? You mean Egypt, you're building a new city. Though I'm hearing the stories, I guess, that the new city has failed. I don't know. But Egypt doesn't have a conflict. Maybe perhaps the inflation. That could be the reason. I don't know. But you're talking about like extreme conflict. Like I understand Sudan. Because Sudan, there's massacres constantly being funded by the Saudi Arabians. Egypt, that's like Ecuador, honestly. As Ecuadorians, the majority that were migrating to the Darien Gap was from Guayaquil because of the cartel violence. But that's because they come from some towns that were not really from Guayaquil. They're from other towns. They're from other places that didn't know about what was the best opportunity there. And that's where we're getting manipulated. But Egypt, I'm talking about. That's the same question I asked about the Chinese migrants that are about flocking, that once flocked to the United States border. That kind of gave me a red flag since I read about China, of the crazy, insane technology they have, and they're crossing the border. Military-aged men, screaming red flag. Egypt, screaming red flag. What are you there for? Then that gave me the reason. Now I'm starting to understand the reason that, yeah, this is just for your economy. Honestly. Seriously, Egypt. What's with Egypt? We need to do inside the market crisis.
We just need the asylum. That's always simple. Asylum. That's always simple.
Hey, that's my boy John Boyega.
Asylum.
Yeah.
And then to travel on to Europe.
Possible.
If you have our rights, we will have documents, they will register us, and then they will do what they're supposed to do for us.
But so far, nothing.
No, yes, for now, nothing.
The Spanish government says the border is once more secure, but Ceuta has been overwhelmed. Its migrant reception centre was full even before this crisis. Now humanity spills out onto the embankment below and still further into the valley. People camped in an African ravine in the hope of a European life.
Yeah, for real.
And on the beach, the overflow continues.
I wish these motherfuckers could actually stay in the beach and enjoy the beach, man. They could just have the water might be cold, it's a Mediterranean Sea in the end. It's a Mediterranean Sea. It's nice. Have you ever tried swimming in the water? It feels good. These niggas had a good shower. I'll tell you that. I've seen these niggas just riding away, on the bliss, just busting the freaking place like this. That nigga, hold up a second. I'm sorry, hold on a second. This guy could easily be confusing me as a Venezuelan, honestly. And then most of them all are men. Oh wait, hold up a second. I can see some women. 3 women over there. And there's even children. Mostly boys. Yeah, but some of these niggas could be easily confused as Puerto Ricans. For real. I mean, too, who would want probably on that voice? And then here it is too. There's even too now with the Spanish far right who call themselves patriots. They're now hunting migrants in Ceuta, but this was already on July the 1st, and they have been out there for quite a time. Like it's supposed to colonization too. That's too. So for those who don't understand about that, is that also too that because of Ceuta and Melilla and the situation it is too, it's almost kind of like the colonization of Spain. If you think of it, the Moors, because I was in Spain after my high school graduation. I was in the castles of Alhambra and Avila. It's beautiful castles, beautiful temples. Oh my God. Oh my days. It looks like it's something out of DreamWorks like there, but it's all because of the Arab conquest that have conquered Spain and left out these lavish, these themes, these artworks that it's just unbelievable. Though that was a result of colonization and oppression against the white Europeans who lives in Spain. Oh, Andalus, Alhambra, Avila, all once ran by the Moors until the Crusades. And people are saying that what's happening right here was like a somewhat attempt to recolonize Spain. Although in reality, it was just an operation. It was kind of like a single-handed operation. Now, so these people trying to get back their city going all the way. And they're saying the migrants too, yeah. Rightfully so. Because they're invading the space. Yeah, no, running their asses. Yep. Yep, look at them. They're taking all of the city back. Like, they're trying to take the streety back. It's just nuts. It's really nuts over there. Niggas out there trying to climb over damn fences. They're trying to take over, you know, like, yeah, gotta climb up the walls. This shit, no, I think that shit's been around. This video was been around for there. I mean, even comparing this to the migrant crisis, to the border crisis here in the United States back in 2024. This was in 2024, mind you, right? This shit was in 2024. This literally compared to this. This compared to this. This was the result of a president who had a feeling about the use of trying to become the peacemaker of the world, and that made the world like to hell. And then they had already troops already deployed over there right now. Troops already deploying right now on that matter of precision. And on that point on, but as the media says that the border is getting secured, they're trying to bring them back. They're trying to walk their ass back.
Headed to the center of the town with the citizen vigilante Mancia.
And here it is.
Within minutes, we were
citizen vigilante. He's saying.
So now people here to feel safe. They're walking around with their dogs. Yeah. Because
yeah, no, it's insane right now, right? And how shit like this is about to happen. It's insane how that. You got a president who decided, because they didn't want to listen to the EU's kind of like commemoration and feelings, all the stuff that this should not be able to happen. And honestly, like, it shouldn't be even happening. Goddamn, it really shouldn't be happening. I mean, oh my God. I mean, look at this shit, man. You even got patriots already marching away. Yeah, you got some extremist groups over there too. And they're throwing Nazi signs. Yeah, it's gotten pretty bad. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's a big, like, I don't know what kind of what he smoked, what kind of shit that the Spanish president had smoked. I mean, he's probably smoked some good DMT or some shit like that. It's a stupid idea that it was a decision that it was done already before in 2024 that we had in the United States during the time. I mean, remember, people who talked about, who said hell about, you know, how, oh, poor Joe Biden, you know, that he's the one that caused all this. He's the one that made the mess, all that stuff. He didn't. He was old. He was an old guy that they manipulated that poor little guy. They manipulated that poor old man into succumbing into that such situation that we had. You know, and I talk about you know, the shit was going on in Japan that, I don't know, for some reason, some fucking reason, that Joey Bissinger does not want to talk about, because he's an immigrant himself. But he just completely just walks away from it. Everyone in the trash, all the three in the trash taste, walks away from it, and he didn't pay attention of the calamity that's gonna happen over there. If you bring over there, it's good to have immigrants. It's good, you know. But do they have the assimilation for it? And now, and most of the immigrants, and what's happening now is also exposing a lot of the type of people that do assimilate versus the ones that don't assimilate. And people of my color, of my skin color, I'm brown, I'm Latino, I'm Ecuadorian, and I'm brown, and it's the same cycle of us. I've talked about this before, that we're just showing weakness to these people, to the world. How are we going to migrate legally if we're showing that type of weakness? You know, Arabs, brown Arabs, and black Africans, you should really, really take a hard L and fucking hang that L around your neck and take it to a ceiling to hang yourselves. Honestly, hang yourselves for this shit, because it's embarrassing. You literally are scarring our name, our identities in vain. You know, mind you too, these Arabs too that who had a privilege, and you know that Morocco has a multitude of different things, and they wanted to jump into this place. You know, this only to resolve now as the border is trying to slow down, secure, you know, trying to be up in the world. But that's not even enough. That's not going to stop us. It's not going to stop us, blacks and browns. Right? It's because what's the mentality over there is survival. That is primitive in our minds, but that's racist, right? Oh, it's racist, homophobic. Over there, man, as much as there's a good variety of things, this got excavated. That's another thing. Remember, I'm talking about two things at the same time. I'm talking about two different ways. Yes, these migrants were stupidly brainwashed about being sent in a cattle operation to ship Spain down to the abyss of darkness. But at the same time, there's forces there that are driving them to that state of madness that is hailing from the north, where it's a constant thing over and over again. All right, who's the cause of it? Those who allow the power there be to create a situation that made us that way. Right? And that type of persons are our leaders down there who allowed such forces up north to excavate, yes, to create the opportunities if you want to be, yes, but that also causes a freaking consequence that makes the everyday citizens to get hungry and get stupid. And matter of fact, half of these fucking migrants are not even hungry at all. They're healthy. They got fucking touchscreen watches. They just want there just for the fuck of it. So get their asses back. And I think that's what should it be. And I'm your boy, Element Reptile. I think that is the answer. And after that answer, I hope we see each other. I'm your artist, digital graphic illustrator, your designer. We see each other. You bless, BB.